Back in mixing key looking for our next tune. So the tune before was 7B, F major, and either side is 8B and 6B and the relative minor, 7A. And this is what it's thrown up, and I've had a quick flick through. I like the sound of this. It's a bit of a change of style, of genre, and the BPM's a bit slower. But if you remember, we were kind of running a little bit slower than 115. So we might just be able to keep Ableton's tempo running at 113 and it will work quite well. Maybe I'll split the difference and set it at 114, but we'll see. So let's drag this in and see what's going on. I think we were going to use 237 as a mix out. Let me just check. Yep, I think that was right. Yep, that's about right. So we'll just use this as a mix out point to start with. Let's quickly warp. So if you notice here, we've got a kind of DJ friendly loop that we could use. It's got no kind of tonal elements on it. So that's a backup, really, I guess, that we could just bear in mind. Let's have a listen as is, and we'll see what it's sounding like. Remember, we are in relative keys. That's a major, that's the minor. So let's work out where our start point is. In fact, what I'm going to do is highlight everything and bring it forward to 241 because it's more of a major marker on Ableton here. So click on the screen, Command A, and let's bring our mix point up. There we go, we're in line now with 241. So I'm going to find the beginning of this track. Oh, it's actually quite a bit longer, so maybe take it back. Let's give it an extra 4 bars there, pull it back, and then that might be a nice point to give it a go. Yeah, that's not really worked too well. It's just too messy. Just because something's in a relative key, it's not always going to work. And in particular, relative major minors very often clash. Remember, the relationship between the pattern of notes is different in a major and a minor. So this one definitely hasn't worked that well. So let's go to our plan B. Remember, we earmarked a breakdown, a kind of DJ friendly beat. I think it was here. So let's see if we can find it. And our out point, I think, was 241. Let's just try that. So I think just the first kind of 4 bars of that, let's get rid. So this is the loop we're using. Let's click there. Let's just check our loop points are right. It looks okay. I might just push it back there. And let's loop this over. So highlight, Command D, and again, and again. And now we then want to get back to the beginning of the record as this kicks out. So we'll copy over again and then double click, and we want to take our start point right back. Let's try it here. That might work quite well. And I think we want to achieve a sort of a bit of a blend. So let's automate our volume just down a bit, and maybe let's do the same here so that we get a bit of a smoother mix. Yeah, a little bit abrupt here. A little bit abrupt. Maybe we could play around with a bit of delay there, or we could add another beat so it's not just breaking into this too suddenly. So let's take this back 4 bars. We'll duplicate that. Remember, it's probably changed our automation a bit on our volume, so just double click these out. And we could have a bit of delay just to spill this last little bit over, but only a tiny bit. I think just here. Yeah. We'll just I quite like that. Just worked a bit better. I'd probably do some extra work on that delay. I'd maybe change this timing. Yeah, it's still not quite right, but I'll, if I had more time, I would play around with that. Maybe play with the wet dry feedback levels a bit, but I think we get the idea.